Ay, Teresa, what are we gonna do about this virus? I don't know what's gonna happen next. I got the TV on all day long and I wanna blow my brains out. Yeah, did you see Mr. Moron there standing there with his baseball cap on? No response. He doesn't take any responsibility. I'm not going out. I just go to the store if I need to. I hold my breath. I mean, I'm washing my hands so much they're starting to flake. I'm flaking. My living room is filled with bags of rice. Yeah, well, it started in China. All the way over in China, and the doofus still couldn't get it together in time. I mean, we're gonna be okay, Teresa. We can do it. Remember that time I got Best Buy to take back that 11-year-old television? Anything's possible. All right, I'll talk to you in 5 minutes, because there's nothing else to do.
Hi, it's Dana. I'm sharing this work now because I think it's important to find reasons to laugh right now. I think that things can feel very serious and they are pretty intense. And taking the time to inject some humor into the day is really important. At least it is for me.
I'm sharing this video because I have a lot of feelings about my family and food.
Because I'm still enjoying how beautiful the world is, even while everything is terrifying.
I'm doing this because I miss the goddamn world.
It's a way of being in the world.
Because I'm thinking about renewal.
Because it's important to document this moment.
Because, well, we need a new president, goddammit.
Because isolation cannot and will not destroy our love of movies and alcohol. In fact, it will only make them stronger.
I'm Jody Christopherson, and you are watching Sofariety.
Oh, hello there, all you cozy cubs and biting abominables. I was just reading about parks. Now I hope you're staying cool and charismatic during this cozy crisis. Welcome back to A Beat on the Drum. I'm your local Rocknebula, Yetien Kneedofatün, and of course my buddy, Hang Around Hank. I was full of wit, that one. Now today, we're going to help you figure out how to infinity those inner thighs and nuzzle those noses. Alright? Here we go. I can show you my spaceship. That's a pretty fun one. All right, get ready for this. Oh yeah, there's the spaceship. I know it looks very small compared to me and Hank, but there's the little spinner bit, makes it go fly, and it expands. So luckily I fit very comfortably inside of it once it expands and we can go off. But I did have to deconstruct it a little bit in order to, it sort of comes apart and then turns into rock and roll. So I had to take apart the data bank and make new drum stands out of that. So that's a bit unfortunate. Navigation's gone, no more tom-tom, now it's a bass drum, that kind of thing. Had to revamp a couple things. But I think it all worked out in the end. I'm pleased with where we are.
So, it is a rainy day in coronavirus land, so I thought I would brighten things up with some accessories from my food and fashion muse for today, my Grandma Ruth. Now, my Grandma Ruth was a total Betty. I mean, look at this picture. Total pinup. If this was some sort of Back to the Future time travel scenario, I would consider tapping that. So my grandma's true fashion peak, though, was the 70s. And so when my dad was selling my grandma's house, I made sure to grab all the floral silk scarves and the Peter Pan collars that I could. But generally, when I try to wear them, I end up looking kind of like a flight attendant. So I'm going to be honest, though, I never really liked most of the food my grandma made, especially her eggplant patties. And what sucked about that is I was the only one. So everyone else loved them. When I was a kid, I thought they were gross. And I felt really terrible about this. I once read in this Jewish wisdom, there is this expression that goes, if you don't eat, it will kill me. Because, food is love. And by hating her eggplant patties and a lot of the other food she made, I felt like I was breaking her heart. So my grandma's house was not filled with the typical Jewish grandma fare. My grandparents were these amazingly inspiring, intense vegans who opened a health food store in Ohio in 1957. And so in their house, it wasn't full of matzo balls or kugel or challah or rugelach, none of that Ashkenazi, carby, pickled comfort food. No, so my grandparents sort of replaced Jewish dietary laws of halakha with the American natural hygiene movement, which had its own brand of orthodoxy. So, neither oil, salt, sugar, no meat, no dairy would pollute their system. And despite my family's best efforts, my palate became damaged with over-processed culinary temptations of Midwestern public schools. But the real thing with these eggplant patties is I hated eggplant. Unless it was, breaded and covered in sauce. It was sort of a texture thing. I felt the same way about zucchini and yellow squash. I hated the mushiness of eggplant. And I felt like a traitor because every week my dad would bring home glass Pyrex containers full of eggplant patties. And they made my stomach turn. And I thought they also looked gross. So, my grandma's cooking wasn't really concerned about aesthetics. And, for me, I was an angsty artist. So, I gravitated toward food movies like Chocolat and like Water for Chocolate, which luxuriated in these carefully choreographed food montages. So, but, as my grandma said, men plan, God laughs, or in Yiddish, man tracht und God lacht. When I stayed abroad in Europe, I noticed that eggplant is the basis for every single vegetarian dish. So, I decided, okay, eggplant, we are going to make a temporary alliance. And it did help that in France, eggplant is known by the more romantic name of aubergine. And soon, after a while, this temporary alliance became a full-blown relationship. And I started to find my own way back to things that I resisted as a kid. I mean, when I make these, it's still hard for me to not use salt or oil, trusting that the onion and celery will carry the bulk of the flavor burden, but they're pretty great.
So, I didn't totally follow the directions, and my batter was a little thin, and my oven runs a little cool, so these took a lot longer to get done than I planned, but yeah, I guess I probably should have appreciated these when my grandma was alive, and she could have, showed me how to make these. So yeah, Jewish guilt, y'all. Love you, Grandma.
Come around again, move closer. One more. Hi, Sophie. My name is Kacey Anisa Stamats. I've been making these videos to explore nature and the new reality of what it's like to be outside now. How beautiful things are, but also what we're going through. And also because whenever I make a selfie video, this happens. The world needs now love, sweet love. There's just too little love. That's Chris Becker. He's pretty much always over my shoulder. He's always there.
It's the Sofariety Show. I'm your co-host Nate Gebhard, alongside Jody I can't say your name right now. Alongside Jody Christopherson. We're all about lo-fi, high-concept, multidisciplinary solo performance artists, and we have a ton of awesome work lined up in today's show. We did it again. You did it again. And we couldn't do it without your support. To drop a few bucks in the hat for today's artists, head over to the Sofariety PayPal link. You can also check out the Sofariety website for information on how to submit to next week's show and other shows thereafter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
Hi. Hello. Welcome to Whiskey Flicks Sips. I just realized that is a lot of S's for someone who has somewhat of a syllabate S to get through, but this is the world we live in. I'm Dan McCoy.
I'm Michael Niederman.
And we're the creators of Whiskey Flicks Live, an unscripted, booze-infused deep dive into film. In our regular hour-long live show, I queue up a series of surprise movie clips and project them cinematically onto a screen. Mike is then tasked with talking about those clips, connecting them to our current world, his own life, and their context within the world of film, all while we sample some delicious whiskey. One of my favorite things in the world is Mike's ability to extemporize on nearly any subject, especially movies. And one of my greatest pains is having to cut him off because honestly, we don't have all day. What this is a short, single clip, Zoom-based, pre-recorded drink-from-home version of Whiskey Flicks, created in a time when every movie now feels like a period piece, or sci-fi, or both. We hope you enjoy it. Mike, how are you? And more importantly, what are you drinking?
Hey, Dan. All things considered, I'm pretty great. I have absolutely no idea how long I've been indoors. I think this is around day 36, so I'm getting a little squirrely. I'm drinking Russell's Reserve Kentucky bourbon, purchased locally and delivered straight to my door. How nice. Which will do its best to chase the blues away on this finally sunny evening.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was kind of blue all day just because of the weather. We had a rainstorm here in New York City. But I am drinking, and this is cheering me up, I'm drinking some Koval single barrel whiskey. It is 4 grains in this whiskey. Oat, malted barley, rye, and wheat.
I didn't look to see what grains are in my whiskey. Should I look? I mean,
Nah.
I'm assuming it grew in the ground and someone smashed it and put water in it and then left it to sit for a while, because that's how you get whiskey.
And now it's inside you.
It comes from the earth.
Right. So, as I said in my completely off-the-cuff intro that I wasn't reading at all,
Not at all.
Google Doc that I created 15 minutes ago, we're going to look at a movie clip now. I have already copied and pasted a link into our Zoom chat. What I'm going to ask you to do is share your screen, open it up, and let's let her rip.
Sharing the screen, share computer scan. There's something about this movie. I remember when I watched it for the first time, 1999, which was honestly one of the greatest years in film in the past 20, 30 years. This just seemed to me not the greatest movie ever made, no, but an attempt by a great filmmaker to make the greatest movie ever made. And that's kind of amazing. And so here we have an ununderstandable act of God, a happenstance of biblical proportions affecting every single goddamn person and bringing them all together in 1,000 different haphazard ways. And it really is just, I mean, aside from the fact that it's an audacious piece of filmmaking, and it really is, and presenting a foreign city to me in a way that I'd never seen before. Daniel McCoy, I've only visited Los Angeles a few times in my life, but I know that you're from here. So I, of course, look at these movies from the pure perspective of a New Yorker.
Not necessarily from, but having spent 8 or so years.
Oh, love that moment. But this is, for me, the potentiality of God to do terrible, awful, and I mean terrible and awful the way you would talk about Oz or Zeus. Terrible, awful things to the people who live below that can wreck lives but also make sublimity of creation. And it's fucking frogs! And of course, I'm in the coronavirus panic that is 2020. I'm always looking for the silver lining. And a thing that I keep on going to is the fact that pollution is down and we're all indoors and the animals have taken over again. Whether or not every single one of those Twitter articles is true or not, I want to believe that the dolphins have returned to Venice. I want to believe that velociraptors are now going through the Serengeti.
Yes, please.
And of course, here you have a mother and a daughter irrevocably estranged, finding each other. You have lovers finding each other. You have strangers finally accepting each other's humanity.
But it did happen.
It did happen. And I don't know if it did. Like, I don't know if it did. I don't know if it's factual. But I'm so goddamn sick of facts right now, especially when we've got all these alternative ones. I just want to find something to believe in. And even if it's a pestilence raining down on a decrepit city, cleansing it of its wickedness and meanness towards a little boy who's too smart for his own good, is one of the worst forms of wickedness there is. If a rain of frogs can bring us all together, then ribbit, motherfucker.
I'm Dan McCoy.
And I'm Mike Niederman. And this is Whiskey Flicks
Sips.
Now we drink from home.
Bye.
Shasta goes pop for president 2020. Shasta goes pop. You need a leader who ain't a cheater. What'd I say?
You need a leader who ain't a cheater.
Wait, say that again.
You need a leader
Both of y'all.
who ain't a cheater.
We need a leader 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 who ain't a cheater.
I'm a lover. I'm a fighter. A people exciter and a crowd igniter. I smoke a chump to the finish line and still got time to write a rhyme. Watch me blow your mind. I smoke a chump to the finish line and still got time to write a rhyme. I write a rhyme. I smoke a chump to the finish line and still got time to write a rhyme. To write a rhyme. I smoke a chump to the finish line and still got time to write a rhyme. I write a rhyme. I smoke a chump to the finish line and still got time to write a rhyme. To write a rhyme. To write a rhyme. Dump, dump, chump, chump, icky, icky, yo, yo. 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 I got 2020 vision for America, y'all. Shasta goes pop for president 2020. Perfect sight is finna be tight. Shasta goes pop for president 2020. We gonna paint the White House glitter.
Hello, fellow human beings, wherever you may be. I'm Tracy Weller, and I'm an actress and writer, and I'm the artistic director and founder of the theater company Mason Holdings. In 2015, I wrote a play called Jarring, and what you're about to see is a short film adaptation of that play. I generally don't really like to talk about what I make, but to prepare you, I will say that it is about loss and grief, amongst many other things, and about the human mental landscape, both well and unwell. And I think that I'm sharing it with you today because I'm thinking about renewal and how mysterious it is, and also how intrinsically linked it is to those things that we try to push away, illness and death. So I'm sharing this with you today because I'm thinking about renewal. Thank you so much for watching.
Good morning. Good morning. 33, 40, 49, 34, 41, 50, 37, 44, 53, 45, 52, 61, 46, 53, 62, 24, 86, 29, 25, 38, 28, 26, 88, 29, 27, 89. Oh, dang. Yes. Good morning. 37, 44, 53, 38, 45, 54, 45, 52, 61, 46, 53, 67, 42, 49, 58, 43, 50, 59, 40, 47, 56, 41, 48, 57, 47, 54, 63, 48. Oh, dang. Proper preservation insists we revisit the past to maintain quality. Canning, a little canning. Stop. I just don't know why. Why canning? She had a little canning project that she got to stop it. And love. Finished one aspect of the task, begin another on and on. Still needing, dusting, cleaning, relabeling, on and on. A task, my work was a great labor. Is present tense and ongoing necessity actually. A jar. No jar left it, just shut it. Why? Because we take care of what remains, what you can't find, can't see, so we don't forget. Yes, but not understanding your history. They need a history lesson. Pay attention. They listen to you, needing you, teaching. Some people, other people, no understanding how remarkable history, all the history, holding and still. Pay attention. They listen to you, needing you, teaching them a lesson. Pay attention. They listen to you, needing you, teaching them a lesson. Everyone's coming again with real eyes, human eyes, all on ears too, listening ears and interested eyes in the hands, all the little hands reaching out again and again and again and again and again. Good morning. Four, 13, 5, 13, 14, 26, 13, 15, 27. No. That's not. You don't go there. Go there. You stay there. again. We begin again at the beginning. Good having you here again. Yes, so to begin, canning, but not a can. The act of to can is just the verb, but they're not cans, obviously. There's an enormous difference. Some people, no understanding. It's their judgment. Their judgment is impaired. We understand. Yes, please, not a can, that we canning. Canning, but not a can. Stop it. Bro, can. She had a little canning project, but she got broke. They put you in cans. All unclaimed, deceased, to be cremated and deposited in standard issue, state supplied, 18-ounce aluminum cremation cans. We took you out of your cans, moved you into a house, a home, a mason jar, not a can corroding on Willard State's mortuary shelf. Willard. Lovely Willard. Willard State by the lake. Insane asylum. Insane asylum. Insane asylum. Insane asylum. Psychiatric hospital. Just too many of us to care for. Lawrence Maka, 1878 to 1968. We just missed each other coming and going. Sister Marie Ursuline, 1880 to 1949. She really did pray too much. And Rodrigo Lagon, our Filipino scholar. So nice to have a real intellect around. Came to our country for freedom. Found it. Again. So funny. And Ethel. Ethel Smalls. We crowned you our Miss Cobalt Blue. You were my friend. You didn't know that, though? Right. In the end. So here we are. Willard State, 1869 to 1970. Something or other. Words and numbers, the past gets slippery. But an end did come. Doors are closing. Everybody out. So I stayed in. I hid. Here. Way down deep with the unclaimed. Very quietly. Take care of what remains so we don't forget. Expiration. Misplace. Forget. Confetti. Floating through outer space. Pay attention. In the beginning, there was a break. That's where they say your history begins. breakage. Mess, look at that, a pattern of mess. We look to the past to understand the present. So you come to this castle to clean up your mess. Special privileges, pantry and provisions. Impressive canning project. Jarring project. Impressive. What was wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Irrelevant fixations. Disconnected. Delusional. Extremely good worker. That's true. But unmanageable, untractable when withdrawn from kitchen duties, maintenance tasks, and ongoing treatment. Reintegration. Back out. No. You're inside now. Willard State shut the gate and lined us up for lunch. Check your bag, no need for a tag. They'll keep you for dinner time, too. Jars and jars and jars of dinner, even after the big discharge date. Mason jars. You're broke. I broke. Me. There is no order here. No labels. No pattern here to claim you or keep you held and sealed in the safe hands of the world. The only hands are your own.